Midday Pushers.
School FM, connecting, informing, and empowering students. It's Midday Pushers 12 to 3. I'm your host, Usia M. Jobashilo Gasatike will be joined by Mr. Ndumiso Hadebe from 750 Amped, as he will be telling us more about what is actually 750 Amped all about, and also what are they doing in response to the COVID-19. So njengamanje ke sokhuluma ke naye ke emsazweni School FM basitshela abantu ukuthi ngabe izinhlelo zabo zihamba kanjani. Mr. Hadebe, sikubinele sikwamukele emsazweni School FM.
Thank you for having me on School FM. It's a great honor.
Okay. Engithanda nje ukwazi ukuthi umuntu olalele, we've been telling our listeners ukuthi today we'll be joined by Mr. Ndumiso Hadebe from the 750 Amped. Tell us, ubani Mr. Hadebe?
Mr. Hadebe, I'm an executive director with company is a PEX Advisory, esebenzisana ne-Health and Welfare SETA, which is otherwise known as the Health and Welfare Sector Education Authority, mayelana nale pandemic le ebizwa coronavirus. So umsebenzi esiwenzayo really is to ensure ukuthi we conduct training, we conduct education and awareness kuma community la siphuma khona regarding izindlela ezihlukile ukuze sikwazi ukuthi siprotect ourselves from contracting i-coronavirus in our communities.
Ngizwa kahle kakhulu maphakala. So this 750 Amped iqale nini and ize kanjani, isungulwe kanjani, and when was it when we established i-750 Amped?
I-750 Amped, I think ngizoqala nje ngoku describe ukuthi 750 Amped imeleni. So 750, the number 7, imele fighting coronavirus 7 days of the week, using 5 basic preventative measures, and then the road towards zero infections amplified. Hence, igama lelithi amped. So it's 750 amped. I-conceptualization yale program le nale campaign le iqale ngesikhathi le pandemic le coronavirus ifike la eMzantsi Afrika. Sabona ukuthi cha, uyabona mangabe le virus izofika kuma communities la siphuma khona, particularly la kunama resources amancane khona, there's lack of infrastructure, kuzoba inkinga enkulu kakhulu, particularly la futhi kunabantu futhi who have underlying chronic diseases in our communities. So besibona ukuthi look, njengoba uhulumeni, as I work as an economist as well, uhulumeni njengoba ethi look siphuma ku recession khona manje and imali ayikho ukuze sikwazi ukuthi si provide wonke ama resources afanele or ukuthi siphume ku recession nokuthi futhi siza abantu njengoba balahlekelwa imisebenzi nale impact ye lockdown as well. Sibona ukuthi it's important ukuthi conceptualize the program ngokusebenzisana ne-Health and Welfare SETA around conducting education, training and awareness ukwazisa abantu bakithi ukuthi look, although imali mhlambe kungaba into limited, but kunezinto esingazenza ezingasiza ukuthi sikwazi ukuthi si prevent ourselves from contracting le virus le. Izinto ezifana such as ugeza izandla more frequently ithuba livuma, noma usanitize mangabe unayo i-sanitizer, mangabe umuntu akhwehlela in a flexed elbow, nokwenza sure ukuthi wonke ama-surfaces la esiwathintayo are clean at all times, and also the concept le ebizwa i-social distancing. I think uPresident Ramaphosa nayo bekhuluma kabanzi ngayo ukuthi mangabe ukhuluma nomuntu noma mangabe uzoba in a gathering of people ube ne-distance at least 1 meter apart from one another. Those are some of the basic things that it's important ukuthi sizi-commercialize, sizi-popularize so that abantu bakithi can start undertaking those behaviors.
Ngizwa kahle kakhulu maphakala. Right now mlaleli weSchool FM, we are joined by Mr. Ndumiso Mabaso from the 750 Amped. He's telling us more about this initiative, what is actually are they doing njengoba sazi ukuthi ke isizwe sihlaselwe ke COVID-19. So maphakala, we see ukuthi our government has responded to this pandemic. We see the Department of Health is responding, and they are actually running programs to assist umphakathi for prevention against this pandemic. So ngiyabona ke nawe ukuthi as we have started this initiative, engithanda ukwazi ukuthi are there any partners or stakeholders are you currently working with right now in terms of pushing this initiative that you are doing now, which is 750 Amped?
So khona manje umsebenzi esiwenza kakhulu siya is to ensure ukuthi we broaden ama-stakeholders esebenzisana nawo kakhulu. The first and most important stakeholder khona manje esebenzisana nayo is the health and welfare sector, because they are mandated to conduct skills development and training, and we thought we would look njengoba an important component of the program is education and training. Let us partner with the CETA in this respect so that we can be able to roll out this campaign and this program. Okubalulekile futhi is to also partner with the National Health Laboratory Services, which is known as the NHLS. Ibaluleke kakhulu ngoba bona they have a lot of the data mayelana with respect to trends and patterns of the pandemic in South Africa, and we're also working on getting or strengthening our partnerships with the NICD, the National Institute for Centered Disease Control, and also the Department of Health. But more importantly, we're also kulama communities lawa esizoba presence kuwona across 5 provinces across South Africa. We want to partner with local government authorities, with clinics, and with police stations, because we will have field workers on the ground in 45 locations across the country, whereby young people will be utilizing the power of young people to disseminate this message in the communities within which we operate. So Logos is Ogwenza by ensuring that we partner with very important stakeholders at a local level, such as the clinics and police stations and so on and so forth, so that we're able to ensure that we have the buy-in from local communities and that we're able to provide the necessary support and awareness that communities may need.
Ngizwa kahle kakhulu mfethu. So engithanda ukwazi la ukuthi ever since we've started this initiative beneyinhlelo zokuthi emva kwesikhathi esingaka sifuna ukuthi siyibonise la. So ngokwenhlelo zenu, do you see this initiative where you wanted to be ngale sikhathi samanje?
So the initiative 750M has been around for just less than a month, manje, and we intend to be rolling out the initiative for the most part of 2020. And for as long as we are faced with this pandemic, we want to ensure that we are rolling out this initiative consistently. And into CNZ last week is that we piloted this initiative in 5 locations, in Gauteng, in KZN, Bloemfontein, which is in the Free State, Western Cape, and in the Eastern Cape. And one of the things, as is Pundile, in respect to the pilot, is that it's important that we ensure that even abantu abasha labesebenzisana nabo on the ground, it's important that every single young person is tested as well before going out in the community, so that we ensure that all of the resources that we're sending out are not COVID-19 positive. So we've already started with conducting testing with Pilot Leo SENZ last week. And the rest of the 750 young people that will be conducting this work across all communities in South Africa, we want to ensure that all of them are tested as well. Thereafter, we are going to have a national launch across all 45 locations, because Sizabe seen a presence across 45 locations in South Africa. And then when we launch that, we want to ensure that even the relationships that we have formed with local authorities are at a point where this message and this campaign is able to roll out in an efficient and productive manner, and that South Africans and members of our communities are able to derive the benefit of this knowledge. And also we can be able to direct them to the kind of public services that Uhulumeni has made available for them to be able to make use of.
So ever since niqalele mabrada indlela enisebenzisana ngayo, ngiyakuzwa ukuthi you mentioned nabantu abasha of which by part of the team. So ukusebenzisana kwenu kunjani, nanokuthi how is the response from umphakathi waseMzansi Afrika ever since you have started with this initiative?
So in response here has been incredible. I think when we were looking at identifying abantu abasha esizosebenzisana nabo, because really its slogan statue is that we are utilizing the power of youth in times of crisis. We received over 10,000 applications from young people who wanted to participate in this program. And unfortunately, we could only choose the 750. So I think that 10,000 number of young people is indicative of the kind of impact and the need that exists in South Africa today. Now, the willingness of young people to also play a meaningful part in developing and growing our country and the prosperity of our country. But in addition to that, one of the key things has really been to ensure that throughout this program, abantu abasha nabo esebenzisana nabo, they also undergo a form of skills development and training. So over and above abantu abasha working with communities, spreading this campaign, directing members of the community to the relevant public services that are available for them, they will be also undergoing skills development training in respect to COVID-19. Sisebenzisana with some key academics, professors from institutions of higher learning in South Africa, and we've designed a program for Bona to be able to undergo online learning as they have received tablets and data, so that they can be able to also conduct, so that the program of learning and education and skills development can continue for them as well, even as benza umsebenzi wabo.
Njengamanje-ke on School FM we are joined by Mr. Ndumiso Hadebe from the 750 Ampere to sitshela banzi ukuthi-ke what is actually their response to the COVID-19 njengoba sazi ukuthi isizwe sihlaselwe i-corona virus. My brother, siyazi ukuthi into nawe iqala akubi njengokuthi njengoba ukhuluma njengamanje umuntu who is listening manje uyasho ukuthi this guy is pushing and kuhamba kahle, but now forgetting ukuthi there are challenges and there is also behind the scenes. So tell us more about amapha ama-challenges enitsawafacile ever since niqala ukupusha this initiative.
Challenges maningi, and I think one of the biggest challenges that we have been facing and that we continue to face is to ensure that 750M is located within the context of the broader interventions from government and from President Ramaphosa. Ngoba esikhathini esiningi unokuthola ukuthi there are a number of programs that government is doing, and that Nathi as communities and as social partners, we are also undertaking programs that have the same mandate. There's no coordination or synergies between wonke lama program lawo. So ingakho khona manje siqinisela kakhulu ukuthi stakeholder mobilization there too with the private sector, government as well. We are able to leverage the benefits of wonke interventions akhona and that are being financed by government. For instance, umuntu angabuza ukuthi okay, all good and well, 750M is conducting education, training and awareness regarding preventative measures for mitigating the transmission of the coronavirus. Kodwa omunye umuntu might say, look, mina ngisanda kulahlekelwa umsebenzi ekhaya sinakukudla, i750M ingasiza kanjani? I750M in such an instance, it does not provide food parcels. What we do, the purpose of the program is to conduct the training and awareness. However, the important role and the challenge that we need to consistently overcome is to ensure that we do have other social partners who provide complementary support, such as food parcels, testing if needed, screening if needed, and other interventions that government has provided, so that as and when we are working in Guma communities, we are able to provide abantu esebenza nabo in our communities with a full scope of knowledge and information that they can make use of, and resources that are already available for them to make use of kulesikhathi lesamanje.
Ngizwa kahle kakhulu maphakathi ukuthi nina as 750 you actually provide training and awareness. So you get that in our communities maphakathi uthola ukuthi abantu abaningi abafundisekile yabona nje if I can go out now njoba ngila emadadeni nje you get that ukuthi abantu abaningi abasha bagcwele ngaphandle bagcwele emakhoneni, but ukufundiseka uthola ukuthi akukho kahle and nanokubaleka ukuthi abantu bahlale emakhaya nanokuthi ba obey the precautions that we are given by our government leaders. Uthola ukuthi kubantu kunzima, we understand. So nina as 750 ningenelela kanjani kulokho, nimenza kanjani umuntu ukuthi akwazi ukuthi abone ukubaleka ukuthi yazini kufanele ngigcine imithetho, kufanele ngibone lesifo si serious, nenza kanjani as you provide ama training nama awarenesses?
So E750M, when we conceptualize the program, we conceptualize it in that very reality. In understanding ukuthi in South Africa, there are basically two economies or two communities as Pilagona. The one economy is an economy developed emadropeni, la abantu banawo resources, nokuthi futhi abantu banayo imisebenzi. Abanye abantu abahlala edrobheni bayakwazi ukuthi basebenzele ekhaya, basebenzisa ama-laptop nama-computer nama-Wi-Fi because banawo resources. So bona bayakwazi ukuthi bawulalele umthetho njengoba umongameli uRamaphosa esubekile mayelana ne-lockdown. And then ithola the second part or second communities or second economy, which are informal, which is emakhaya la siphuma khona, lokishini la siphuma khona, la ama-resources are not as much. I mean, Wi-Fi, bandwidth, and all of and fiber and all of those things, it's not as much emalokishini nasemakhaya as it is in urban areas. Secondly, there's a question here, affordability. La uthola ukuthi esikhathini esiningi emakhaya naselokishini abantu bayithi imisebenzi ayikho, and njengoba i-economy yethu la eSouth Africa in recession, abaningi bethu sesilahlekelwe imisebenzi. So ukwazi ukuthi usebenzele ekhaya and all of that is very difficult to do that. Then there's a question of the housing as well. La uthola ukuthi nala la sihlala khona ekhaya mhlambe 4-room, and then mhlambe ke mina as Ndumiso ngakhe umkhukhunyana lapha ngaphandle. Mina nawe siyazi ukuthi you can't ukuthi uhlale emkhukhwini the whole day, particularly mangabe ilanga lishisa. It's very uncomfortable. The movement is limited, space is ngani. It's very impractical to adhere to some of the lockdown regulations. So as the 750M said, because these are the realities kulama communities last Pumagon, it's important therefore ukuthi in the communities last Pumagon, let us empower our people with the knowledge and the insight that at the very least they can be able to ensure ukuthi they practice habits that can prevent them from acquiring the coronavirus, such as ensuring for instance ukuthi social distance, mangabe mhlambe ukhuluma nomuntu ungakhulumi naye abe eduzane kakhulu kuwena, so at least 1 meter apart or 2 meters, that would be great. Wearing a mask is important. Ugeza izandla as frequently as possible, and all of those basic tips, those are the most effective tools and knowledge that we can give abantu bakithi, so that at least given the circumstances esikuona, we can be able to mitigate the increase of infections in South Africa.
Ngalokho uhlelo lwenu mfowethu ngiyabona nje ukuthi ama provinces that you are actually targeting here is Gauteng, Free State, KwaZulu-Natal, Eastern Cape and Western Cape. So ke ever since niqala ukulontsha uhlelo lolu nihlela ukuthi nifinyelele kanjani kuzo zonke le ndawo, nanokuthi this program izothatha isikhathi esingakanani kusukela manje ukuya phambili, nanokuthi ke nangabe mhlambe siyabona iCovid-19 iqhubeka noma ilockdown iqhubeka nizoqhubeka futhi with this program, noma nje kuhamba kanjani isikhathi sayo, the timeline ihleleke kanjani?
So far last week sibene a pilot of i-750M campaign Gauteng, Alexandra, KwaZulu we had a pilot eMlazi, in the Free State we had a pilot in Bloemfontein, in the Western Cape we had a pilot in the city of Cape Town, and then in the Eastern Cape we had a pilot in Port Elizabeth. And then we intend to have the national launch of all 45 locations at the beginning of June, and it's going to run a program intensely in all of these communities from the pilot till through right up until September this year 2020. And then during that process we are also conducting a research. So one part is that we are spreading the message ukuthi sigezeni izandla as much as possible. If not possible, then let's sanitize where we can, let's social distance, let's wear masks, let's cough into flex elbows, let's disinfect our services. And then at the same time we are conducting a research whereby sibuza abantu bakithi ukuthi okay, do we understand ukuthi yini coronavirus, siyazi ukuthi iphumaphi, siyazi ukuthi is-transmitter kanjani, and then what is our attitude mayelana ne-coronavirus? Do we think ukuthi into serious noma akuyona into serious? That research before we sebenzisa ukuthi sikwazi ukuthi sazi ukuthi imqondo yabantu bakithi kuphi mayelana legciwana le. I think lokho kubaluleke kakhulu ngoba kuzosiza uhulumeni ukuthi understand ukuthi what are some of the perceptions akhona in our community, so that we are able to intervene decisively where interventions are needed. I think when the coronavirus pandemic hit us in South Africa, I was reminded of a stigma that we had not only in South Africa but across the globe mayelana and HIV and AIDS. There was a lot of education, awareness and training that had to be done with respect to HIV and AIDS, Whereas today, I think we've made significant progress in terms of ensuring that HIV and AIDS is no longer the stigma that it was before. I think when HIV and AIDS started being a huge pandemic and bekuyinto entsha emhlabeni, abanye abantu bebeze bacabanga ukuthi if mina as uNdumiso ngine-HIV mangakuthinta wena siya kusho ukuthi ngizabe ngokutransmit I would transmit the virus to you, which is not necessarily the case. So this is part of the same process that we want to conduct as much awareness and education as possible so that we are able to empower abantu bakithi over the duration of the program, which is from now such that we started the pilot right through till September this year.
And iziphi indlela enisebenzayo ukuze ikwazi ukuthi message yenu ifike straight to abantu emphakathini yethu eSouth Africa? Iziphi indlela enisebenzayo njengamanje ukuthi message yenu to get out there to the community?
So umphakathi ungasithola, we are on all social media platforms. Sikhona ku Facebook as 750 amped, which is 750 AMPED 750 amped, and then sikhona kwa Instagram, sikhona ku Twitter, and then sine website futhi ethi www.750amped.co.za, and then sisazo launch futhi i-mobile application la abantu bakithi can get all of the information that they need regarding i-750 amped, and bazokwazi ukuthi futhi bakwazi ukwenza ama-input abo mangabe bafuna ukuparticipate kwi-research nabo participate, and if banama-comments or inquiries or remarks bazokwazi ukuthi bawashare on all of these platforms la sikhona.
So mabranda, umbuzo omunye ngithanda ukubuza la njengoba sibona njengamanje ukuthi izinto ayihambi ngendlela efanele, abantu abaningi ba-affectekile emabhizinisini, akuhambi kahle, even in schools ukufunda kumile since March. So engithanda ukwazi ukuthi nina ngokwey'nhlelo zenu ikuphi mhlambe benikuhlelile in terms of uku-empowerisha abantu abasha ever since iqala unyaka, beyithini iy'nhlelo zenu njengoba sekufika nje ukuthi manje sekufanele ukuthi niqale this initiative ye-750 amped, but what was your aim kahle kahle, what do you wanted to achieve as uqala lo nyaka as njengoba sekufika this COVID-19?
Ama aims this now are multiple. I think number one, in addition to spread a message around preventative measures for coronavirus, besifuna to ensure that we also empower abantu abasha with skill development and training. So part of the program is that abantu abasha will get acquired skills regarding coronavirus, but also they will be able to get data capturing skills and online navigation skills. Njengoba as the 750 young people esebenzisana nabo, all of them have a tablet that they are able to acquire this training. This is quite important because we are also trying to bridge the information, education and technology gap that exists between young people in urban areas and their rural counterparts. So for instance, Ndumiso hlala mhlambe osizweni emountain or lapha emadadeni, if I were to compare him with Ndumiso ahlala in Johannesburg, there's a likelihood ukuthi Ndumiso ahlala in Johannesburg une Wi-Fi, une smartphone, and he has all of the online resources that he needs ukuze akwazi ukuthi aqhubeke nesikolo sakhe in online learning. Whereas in this instance, no, let's also use this opportunity as a sevenza nabantu abasha, as we are young people ourselves, to conduct this awareness. Let's also ensure that we are also empowered through online learning and through online skills development. But even beyond corona, in a post-COVID-19 economy or post-COVID-19 setup, a fourth industrial revolution will be quite an important component of the new jobs that will be created and the new economy that will be formed. I think mhlambe siya now so bonile ukuthi esikhathini esiningi njengoba osomabhizinisi abasebenzayo nani they can't meet as often. People are using WhatsApp more often, are using video calls more often, are using Microsoft Teams, Zoom, face calling and all of those things, because we can't meet in person. So it's a big opportunity as well to also empower young people with online and digital skills as well, so that they are prepared for an economy that is post this particular pandemic.
Mabrada, ngenxa yesikhathi ke ngizothanda nje ukuthi siphethe la, and futhi singakujabulela ukuthi as iSchool FM sikwazi ukuthi sisebenzisane futhi nani from now moving forward.
ngajabula kakhulu siyabonga futhi for iSchool FM receiving us well, and we look forward to kusebenzisana neSchool FM as 750 amped so sikwazi ukuthi sisebenzise the power of youth in times of crisis to change the discourse of our country. Siyabonga siya.
Amazwi uthanda nje ukwadlulisa okugcina nje njengamanje ungathini kubahlali baseNingizimu Afrika ikakhulukazi ke nakubafundi njengoba thina ke siSchool FM targeting abafundi siyazi ukuthi ke manje kunzima kakhulu for students ukuthi bafunde siyazi ukuthi they have to adapt in the new system of learning ye digital. They have to listen to ama radio TV of which kunzima siyazi ukuthi abathathi ngokufana thothi abanye baba slow abanye baba fast ngokuthi ba understand, but now kubenza. But what do you have to say noma nje what can you say kubafundi nje amazwi akho okugcina nakubahlali nje bonke baseMzansi Afrika ngesikhathi samanje?
My last words really would be to say 750 M. Let us continue to fight the coronavirus pandemic 7 days a week. Let us use 5 basic preventative measures. Sigezeni izandla or sanitize as possible. Let's cough into a flexed elbow. Let's disinfect all our surfaces or ensure that la sihlala khona noma la sisebenza khona ku clean at all times. Let us wear masks as the president eseshilo. Let us also show social distance. And then lastly and most importantly, ngifisa nje ukukhuthaza abantu abasha ukuthi in these uncertain times let us tap into our own creativity. Let us see where we can identify our opportunities given that the landscape is iyashintsha, and regardless of our circumstances as beginning now, let us always try to turn lemon into lemonade and to ensure that we're also able to make an impact in the communities in which we live in. And let's also prioritize imfundo yethu, however difficult, but masingawumoya masiqhubeke phambili.
Siyabonga kakhulu nje mfethu mangaphinde nje bakhumbuze your social media handles ukuthi nitholakala kanjani abathanda ukuthi baxhumane nani nanokuthi ke manje sinibona kuphi inhlelo zenu zithini nizobonakala kuphi njengamanje?
Siyatholakala kulo khonje on all of our social media pages, which is on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and then we also have a website. So on all social media pages we are 750 amps. And then we have a website called www.750amp.co.za. Everything mayelana nayo into siyenza 750 amp is available on all of those platforms. Mangabe ufuna participate, if there are any social partners that would like to work together with us, drop us a message or drop a comment in our post, and let's connect beyond this.
Asibonga kakhulu isikhathi sakho mfethu, ube nosuku oluhle.
Thank you so much, Sia. Same to you, nabalaleli.
Asibonga kakhulu. That was Mr. Ndumiso Hadebe from i750 amp bashela kabanzi ngeinhlelo zabo ukuthi ikuphi ngempela abakuhlosile ukufezekisa njengoba sazi ukuthi isizwe ihlaselwe iCovid-19 ngaso isikhathi samanje. Sithemba ukuthi ke ngempela zonke inhlelo zabo sizokwazi ukuthi ke sizizwe sifake futhi emsakazweni wethu ke School FM.
Midday Pushers.